Oh, okay, here we go.
The ASPCA says that 2.7 million pets die in shelters each and every year. It's a sad but true statement, and it can be changed by the help of pet owners. Overpopulation can be reduced simply by spaying and neutering your cats and dogs. We all love our pets like family, and they have us, their owners, to care for them and love them. But what about the ones in the shelters? I worked at a low-cost spay and neuter clinic for over 2 years. There I learned that spaying and neutering is beneficial for both the pets and the owners. Why the overpopulation is such a big issue, and how quickly dogs and cats can reproduce. Why are animals in shelters? Well, a lot of people think it's just because they're bad dogs and their behavioral issues, they're aggressive, but really, most dogs and cats are just in shelters because there's simply not enough homes for them. Dogs and cats reproduce much quicker than we realize, and also in larger amounts. The ASPCA Shelter Intake and Surrender Pet Statistics article says the average number of litters a feral cat produces is 1 to 2 per year, and the average number of kittens per litter is 4 to 6. And the same article tells us on dogs. It says on average for one female dog with 1 litter per year, a female will produce 4 to 6 pups per litter. So with cats, so we'll say there's 12 per year, and then with the kittens of the first cat, those kittens will grow older within the first year and have their own kittens. So just on average, if there's 4 to 6 per litter, at 2 years it's 67 cats, 3 years it's 376, at 4 years it is 2,107 cats, in 5 years it's 11,801 cats, in 6 years it is 66,000, 7 years is 370,000, and in 8 years it is over 2 million, and that's just with one cat. So imagine thousands, how many cats reproduce that quickly. And it's similar with dogs. We'll say for a dog it's about 16 per year versus like the 67. So it's a little bit slower for dogs, but still within 6 years it's over 67,000 per dog. Starting from one dog. So the effect is there's not enough homes for these animals, and they're left as strays or sent to shelters instead of living in a warm and loving home. And the cycle very quickly continues. The Best Friends Animal Society campaign is called Fix It 4, and from fixit4.com, kittens can get pregnant as early as 4 months old and puppies as early as 6 months old, which means a litter of uh-ohs can happen sooner than you think. By spaying and neutering your pet at 4 months, you can stop the accidents before they happen, and that keeps animal shelters from crowding and pets from being killed. And there's also animals that aren't in shelters, so there's strays, and then the animals without homes that don't have any human contact are feral or wild. And feral cats and dogs, there's more feral cats. Feral cats will reproduce even quicker than a cat that's in a shelter or in a home because they're just out in the wild on the loose. Feralcat.com says female cats can become pregnant by 5 months and can give birth several times each year. Without human contact, their kittens become feral and begin the cycle of breeding again. And the problem with feral cats is obviously that they breed very rapidly and that they spread disease. So the solution is to spay and neuter not only your pets, but there are also trap, neuter, release programs that reduce the amount of disease and reproduction of feral cats. The cost of a spay or neuter is more than likely less than what someone would pay to care for one litter of puppies or kittens. So most people think that it's an outrageous cost, but in comparison to how many puppies or kittens you'd be taking care of, it's